Hey guys, welcome to this fall landscape acrylic painting lesson. I'm Mike Ferris. In this lesson, I'm going to be getting started on my 14 by 11 pre-stretched canvas here with my image already laid out. And you can find this traceable image down in the description box, as well as a short video on how to transfer images to your canvas. So to get started on my palette, I have some Phthalo Blue, Raw Umber, Permanent Black, Cad Orange, Yellow Medium, and Titanium White over here. I'm going to add some more colors, but for now, this is what I'm going to primarily work with just to kind of get things blocked in for now. So I'm going to take my number 6 angle brush. You can use whatever brush you want or just a flat brush. And I'm just going to go around my trees in the background to start off with for a very light sky color. So I'm going to take just a teeny bit of Phthalo Blue and just a little bit of black, just barely any at all. So as you can see, it's like I can rub this off right now with my finger in one scoop. That's about how much I'm going to use. And to that, mostly titanium white. Okay, so I'm thinking kind of like this. Again, just very, very light. This is barely anything you can tell. And my trees are all laid out. I'm just going to go in between the trees for now and just get this general sky color in, just like so. Okay, so I'm going to take now my number 4 natural flat brush. These natural bristles are not only going to block stuff in for the trees, but it's going to allow me to do these fuzzy lines and have this blended effect where the sky and the tree kind of blend into each other to give that out of focus look. You don't want hard lines when you're trying to make something out of focus. Very important. So what I'm going to do now on my palette is take some permanent black. And this is going to be a lot of what I use to block in a lot of this background, pretty much everywhere for the most part. So some raw umber and permanent black together, so it's not completely black. Okay, I'm just going to load up my number 4 natural flat brush. Blah, blah, blah. Little tongue twisty there. Say that 10 times fast. And with that, I'm going to go into here and let's start blocking in our trees and general background. And I'll show you how I do this method here where these natural bristles, they really get a nice gradient and blend for that out of focus look very well. I'm going to use that flat brush or that natural bristle brush actually to do the effects of the bokeh, but I'm going to use my number 6 angle brush again to fill it in because as you can see, it really cuts through the paint with those natural bristles. And so when I'm laying color down, I really want to get a smooth brush. As you can see that? I want to get smooth. Okay, just kind of like that. And I'll just use this brush right now to block in right now with this. Okay, something like that. So with my number 4 natural flat bristle brush, I'm going to go now and do the bokeh effects for the trees here on the edges. I'm going to go back into that sky color. Okay, just a little bit of paint on the brush. And what I want to do is right here, I want to just creep the bristles. And again, this is a very dry brush. This is the key to bokeh with natural bristles is you want a dry brush. And I want to do this number here. See this right here? Look at how this brush does this effect here. See that? And this is exactly what I'm looking for. See that blended kind of look? You can't really tell where the sky starts and ends and where the tree begins, and they blend into one another. And this is what's going to give me that out of focus super well this way. See that? Looks like this. And again, while this paint's still wet, it's going to be very easy to blend this stuff. Okay, see, something like this. See, and now we're going to get this out of focus super well this way. Okay, so loading up a little bit more of that sky color, and I'm just going to hit all of the edges here and do the same method here. So just a little bit of paint. And as you can see, just on the very edges, just fading that in very well this way. It says that this is not in focus when we get that edge on there like that. I have a number 2 nylon flat brush. The bristles are a little beat up, but it's still not a natural brush, bristle brush. I'll show you with that. You can also come in here and you can also still get that blended look. See, you can really use whatever brush you're comfortable with. I just say the natural bristles are just an automatic. You don't even really have to know blending all that well. You can just do it and they'll do it for you. But again, if you don't have those natural bristles, then a flat brush like this will work just fine. See that? And you can totally still get that out of focus fuzzy look and blend. You just have to use a little bit of pressure with this and just really just take these down very lightly so that you get that fuzzy kind of blended line here. Okay, see? So a little bit more to do with that. And because I do have the natural bristle brushes, I'm going to choose to use it. But I just wanted to demonstrate that you can use a flat brush if you don't have the natural bristles, and you can still pull it off. But watch, see this? This is like, I don't even really have to be that good, and it just does it. Super duper awesome. Look at that. Clean this brush. And again, because they're not natural bristles, I'm going to take my number 2 beat up nylon flat brush, because it does put down paint a lot smoother than natural bristles do when it comes to filling stuff in. I'm going to load up again that dark, and I kind of want to just go just kind of up to where it starts to fade, just to kind of make this more solid in the tree. Okay. All right, what I want to do now is I want to take and make up some general basic colors. So I'm going to take some yellow, a little bit of raw umber to that. Okay, so I want to make this dulled down kind of yellowish, kind of army green color here. Okay, exactly just like this. And I'll set this right there. See that? There's one value there that I'd like to make. And then I'd like to take just let's see, a little bit of cad orange. And I'll take a little bit of raw umber to that. Okay. And let's get some yellow into that. That just warms it up a bit. Okay, let's get a little titanium white to desaturate that down a bit. Okay, I'm thinking something like this. Okay, just gonna set that down right there. And notice when I set them down, I'm not smearing them flat because they'll dry out too quick. I got these bumps to kind of make it more into a pile so it doesn't dry out. It will definitely stay and keep a lot longer than if it's just flattened out. So very important there. Okay, so now I want to take again some yellow and a little bit of phthalo blue. Okay, obviously getting green here. Okay, a little titanium white to desaturate that a bit. Okay, make it lighter. All right, something like this. Okay, something like that. All right, I'm gonna work with those values now for the background some more up in the tree area here to get our fall distant leaves, bokeh, you know, out of focus kind of look here. So what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna take my number 4 natural bristles here, and I'm gonna fill in just some general stuff. And what I wanna do is take some of this yellow here, greenish army green here. I wanna get a little bit more raw umber into it so I can vary these colors here. Okay, kind of something like this. Okay, a little bit of white into that. Let's get more raw umber into that. Okay, more color into that, more white into that. Okay, perfect, something like this. Just a little bit of paint, and I want to just kind of come in here and kind of do kind of this light stuff in here. You know, maybe something like this. Just kind of show some trees in the distance here. And let's see, I'm going to kind of take, and look, I'm going to just kind of tap it. And just kind of scrub it a little bit. Because I don't want it detailed so much, but I do kind of want some indications of foliage. So I am going to tap, but kind of brush it and get that kind of, again, that fade going. Okay, just kind of something like that in the background. Just kind of bring this down a bit. Okay, not much. And then I want to get a little bit more raw umber into that. See, something like that. Okay, and kind of want to do I don't know, just kind of whatever, just kind of doing something like this. We don't know. Okay, maybe this goes down. And maybe a little bit over here, a little bit right there. Okay, I don't know, something like that. Now what I want to do is I want to take some green. Actually, before I do that, I'm sorry. Before I do that, I kind of want to show some more distant trees, kind of in a way. Some trunks here. So I'm going to go back into that black and raw umber mixture with my natural bristle brush here. That's my number 4 flat natural bristle brush. Okay, tapping a lot of that color off the brush, and just very, very lightly, I'm just going to do kind of like that. Something in the background, kind of something. And then now I'm gonna take and clean that brush off. And also make sure, again, you want it dry. So every time you clean your natural bristles, make sure they're extremely dry. Take a paper towel or like an old tablecloth, whatever you're using for paint that you don't mind. Like I'm wearing a shirt that's got paint on it that I use for my painting lessons, and I wipe it off on my shirt a lot of times. Okay, just an old beat up shirt. And let's go now into some of this green that I made. Just tapping, just kind of loading it up kind of evenly. And let's go on top of this tree here a little bit, and then over here. And then let's get down in here some more. Okay, I'm loading up some more of that paint. Okay, and I'll even fade some of that into this tree. See that? We want that blended look again. Okay, just kind of like that. And let's see. Okay, something of that nature. And now what I want to do is take a little bit of yellow, and let's go titanium white. Okay, something like that. And this is going to really sparkle up some areas like in here. See, that just kind of gives it more of a glow, like light's kind of shining and hitting in this area, kind of making these little things happen. Okay, just here and there, not everywhere. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Now I'm going to clean this brush. And now, what I want to do is go into this orange that I made here. Okay, just like that. And let's get just a little bit of this in there. See that? Not much. Just like a hint of some background stuff there. Okay, and then a lot heavier in here. Okay, something like that, and then also let's get some of that filled in right there. Some more tree stuff. And maybe it comes up into here a little bit, kind of play that color in. Let's play this color in. Fly, buzz off. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Here we go. So, all right, something like that. See that? All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clean this brush. And now what I want to do is I want to get more saturated color here, more yellow into that orange. See that? That just kind of makes it more vibrant. And again, because of light play, I don't want it all just one color. We want to change values. See that? It gives it like some light indication, maybe some kind of differences happening. You want the differences. Always got to have the differences. Okay, maybe something like this in there. See, that kind of adds more depth to it. It's more realistic, so it's not just one flat dead color that's just rendering it as, I don't know, something flat. You want dimension, you want to see body in your painting. Really makes a lot more interest to the eyes that way. Okay, so something like that, see that? And I'm going to go ahead now and clean again. And now what I want to do is something kind of cool here. I want to take that sky color again. And this time I want to go just a little bit more blue. Not much, just a teeny bit. Okay, maybe just like that, that's it. And I want to wipe a lot of that paint off the brush. And what I want to do is kind of streak the sky into this tree a little bit. See, in the bokeh world, you're going to have like things that kind of play into something. And it kind of erases, in a way, some of the things that are going on. Okay, and that's just, again, part of the bokeh world there. Okay, see, I can do that. And maybe I can go kind of like that. See that? All right, and then also over here, okay, kind of like that. Okay, kind of like some bokeh light kisses right there through there. Okay, so now what I want to do, I just kind of want to add some different values in. So I'm going to take some more of this color. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow into that, see, and get it more vibrant. And now some more titanium white. Okay, see that? I can vary these colors. And I just want to go kind of in here, just kind of play this color in here. See that? Just kind of add some light kind of hitting it. See that? Like that. Okay, and kind of play that in somewhere here and there. Okay. And most of that color off my brush. I'm just going to take some titanium white and just kind of sort of do something like this to stir some things up. Okay. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to take this green, I want to take a little bit more blue to it because that's going to darken that. See that? Different value there. And let's go in here and just kind of play some of this in here. See that? That gives it a little bit of shadow in there. See that? Kind of like this, see? It kind of makes it more happening. And I want to go again to my nylon beat up flat brush without the natural bristles, and again go back to that black and that raw umber mixture. And I want to fill in just some more of this here where it's, so I can make it look more solid. One more time, what I want to do, like I did with the trees, I just kind of want to get the center. And let's see, let's get a little bit more yellow here. Make this a little bit more vibrant. Okay. A little bit of paint on the brush. And again, just right in the center. Okay, just kind of like that. And one more time, I'm just going to get some more of this green, some more of that yellow, and not going to put any white in it. I just kind of want to kind of work around and kind of keep this light play going on in there, because I tell you, the light is really where it's at, and that's really going to help the bokeh. So that more yellow and white that I put in, I want to go around that. You just around it like this, kind of fade, kind of on both sides, between that more bright orange and, like, again, that yellow and white. And in fact, I'm gonna go with a little bit more yellow, a little bit more white. Okay, just kind of something like that. Okay, so something like that. See, it kind of looks like light's kind of zinging into the trees. Let's get some of that up here. And again, not everywhere. It's easy to get carried away, but I want to preserve these other values of green in here. Really show something happening there, okay? Just like that. Okay. Just like that, and again, taking some darker green again. And just, again, here and there, not everywhere. Okay, just kind of something like that. See, so it's kind of mixed up. It's blurred out. It's all good, and we're styling. Okay, just a little bit more orange now and white. Not much, just a little bit. Okay, something like that. Okay, I want to take my larger number 11 flat brush here. It's got a pretty good tip edge on it and everything. And I want to start filling in the background and leaving gaps in between all these different layouts where I'm going to put more blurred out color to give the indication of distant leaves that have fallen, of course. And that'll actually help me map out everything in its proper location. So again, with that black and raw umber mixture, just going to load up my brush here pretty evenly, and I'm just going to work this down and start blocking everything in for the most part. So again, I'm going to kind of leave a gap here. See this, like this? Just enough. Okay, just I don't have to have it too critical. So I just kind of want to establish as far as I'm going to bring this up. See, and if I cover some of it up, it's all good. See, I can see the line pretty much where I'm going to be. And I can just kind of fill this in. So again, this traceable is available down in the description box if you'd like some help with the layout and the drawing process here. I find that it's easier to lay out all of the general locations of where the color is going to land and what's going to be what, as opposed to just doing it all freehand. Then I don't have to go in there and cover up things that I don't want in a certain way, or angles that are not right. You know, just all that kind of stuff. If you're good at drawing and you want to do this freehand, definitely go for it. The whole idea is to have fun. This is your art, and this is where you get to come and create. So create away. Do what makes you happy in this world. There's nothing that says you can't do something a certain way or that it has to be done that way. It's all up to you. This is your time to create and make this what you want it to be. And you've been given that gift to create and to do things and have fun and enjoy things. It's part of life, so jump on in, have some fun. Okay, so as you can see, with the edge in the corner of the brush, I can get around these things pretty well. It's not super critical. Again, landscapes are very forgiving. As you know, we're not doing a portrait here. We're not building a piano. So, you know, we can get away with pretty much anything here. Just laying out the color in the basic background. Okay, now what I'm going to do, because this is an area of water right here, I'm going to actually take some titanium white now, and I'm going to go this lighter color. So I'm going to get some more brown actually into that, and again, more white. So I want to make kind of this light color here. It's this light kind of brownish gray color here, and I'm going to go up, of course, all the way. I don't have to leave a line because I do have a different value plan now. And I just want to keep it kind of lighter in here, as there's going to be some titanium white and some other things that I want to show up to reflect. As you can see, these are the trees reflecting those trees and give this nice shine and shimmer. And it's going to be a little difficult if I keep using this dark value in here to try to go over with light values, like I said before. So with that, I'm going to use this. And again, this is just base color. As you know, with acrylics, it's always base color before it is details and final color and effect and all of those things. So just have some fun, throw this base color around, go around everything, get familiar, and, you know, practice going around the shapes really well. Okay, just kind of like that. So we got that going on. Okay, and one thing I forgot to do, and sometimes I do this in my tutorials, I will forget these little places here where I didn't get all the background into some small areas. Easy to do, just all good. Just gonna get that real quick right in this area here. Kind of whatever down there. Okay, and with the rest of this dark value, let's block in these trees here that are going to be reflecting. Okay, something like that. And also, again, right here, I'm going to get this little guy here, this little shape outline here. And again, leaving those lines so I can tell where I'm at. So in this case, I'll just let this dry and I'll be back in just a sec. Now that this is dry, I'm going to start making some bokeh out of focus indications of some leaves that have fallen and some highlights on some of the wood or branches that have fallen down. And so I'm just going to vary some color values around and just get these general kind of colors that I made already and kind of work that in. So what I want to start off with now is I want to take a little bit of blue and a little bit of black. Okay, a lot of that paint off my brush because I want mostly titanium white. And I'm thinking something like this. Okay, just this dull kind of light blue color here. And this is going to show some light play that's kind of happening. I'm going to go kind of up here with some of that. See, like that. It gives it sort of this kind of blue hue to it. And then also right here. And this is my number 2 nylon beat up flat brush. The beat up bristles are going to really make it so that I can get these bokeh effects. See that? Just very little paint, very light pressure on the brush. And I can even use my finger, see, like this. Just kind of knock that down just a little bit. Okay, so just kind of getting some of that light play in here with some of that blue. Okay, kind of something up in there just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to clean this brush just to get some things started here. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick to a value here and just kind of throw that here and there, not everywhere kind of thing, and just start scrubbing these different values in. So I'm going to take this orange again, and I'm going to take now some more yellow to that, and some more burnt umber, or sorry, raw umber. And now mostly titanium white. I'm just kind of looking for this very light kind of orange color here. Okay, something like that. Very little paint on the brush, and I wiped a lot of it off. And I'm going to start coming up here and just very lightly just kind of do something like this for some bokeh effect. And see, I'll just start with that. Kind of start kind of playing these in. Okay, just this little light stuff here, and we'll see, I'm going to get a little bit more of this orange color here, and I want a little bit more of this orange in here involved, so it's kind of more orangey, kind of more saturated orange. Okay, and I'm just going to go in here and right along this bank here, I'm going to just start filling in, just kind of scrubbing these guys in, and I can always knock back something if I don't like it. Okay, just kind of like this, and okay, pushing harder with the brush in some areas, lighter pressure as I come out here, you know, just kind of mixing it up and having some more faded and some more opaque kind of values playing together in here. Okay, so this is just some distant, again, just leaves that have fallen in the background here. Okay, and I'm just kind of getting just kind of this general kind of a haze just kind of scrubbed in. Okay, just kind of like that. It doesn't have to be any kind of certain way. Just kind of dance it in, play it in. I'm actually going to take my number 2 natural flat bristle brush here. Again, those bristles are going to make it very easy to do all of these things that I just did in here. in everywhere where I want to do bokeh and give the indications of distant leaves that have fallen and all that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take another value of orange and I'm going to go into some raw umber with it. Okay, so it's kind of like more of this darker orangey color here, like that, yeah. Okay, and just kind of doing something like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be anything special or perfect or, you know, anything like that. Okay, just getting some more of this orangey to kind of show up here and there. Okay, like that. Let's get some yellow into that. Okay, a little bit of yellow. And let's put this in. Okay, so just playing these values in, you can see it's just really just layers on layers and just this fuzzy line and this like scrub effect here that I'm doing. Okay, very effective, just like that. And I'm gonna go into some of this green actually too. And let's play in some of this right here. And let's see. While I'm at it, I'm also going to go back into some black and raw umber. Because what I'm going to do now that I have kind of my leaf line established here, I'm just going to fill in these lines a little bit here. Okay, and I can even work in back in here. See some more of this dark value in here, see? Just kind of keep playing some more of this stuff in here, get some of this orange, get some yellow, and now I want to get more white. I want it brighter. Okay, just like that. And maybe some more yellow into it. Just a little bit more vibrance and more bright. Okay. Okay, something like that. And let's see, I'm gonna work. Just kind of some of that in here, just kind of showing some light that's hitting. Okay, see, something like that. And I'm gonna clean this brush now. So on my palette now I've added some light portrait pink and some violet. I want to get some of those mixed together just a little bit. Okay, and then a little bit of raw umber there to dull it. And now I want quite a bit of white. I'm looking for a very dull, kind of lavender pinkish kind of a hue. Okay, something like this. Just a little bit of color on the brush. And I want to come down here and sort of do this light that's kind of zinging right here. Okay, a little light play right in here. And leaving that line was ideal because it kind of helps me get more of this light play involved here. It's kind of playing in right there, a little light mist or whatever, kind of playing along right here. Right in this area here too. Okay, the bokeh world, you can get away with so much, so much. So take advantage of this time to really see what you want to do and create things and just kind of make it happen. Telling you, it's so much fun and you love it. All right, let's see. Let's go a little bit more orange now, white and yellow. Let's get more of this vibrant kind of color involved. Yeah, a little bit more orange. Okay. And let's light up some of this in here. Okay, very little pressure with the brush. I'm just using those natural bristles to really fade that in, give that really nice look to it there. Okay, just like that. Okay, wiping a lot of that color off the brush. I just want to get a little bit of titanium white. And I kind of want to just go in here with some more white. It's all about building up layers of color and doing this method of scrubbing. Okay, just like that. And let's see, I'm gonna get, let's see, a little bit more raw umber and black. Let's go into here and fill this in. You can just add shadow and depth and dimension, anything you want, anytime. Okay, see something like that. Actually pick up a little bit more violet and some raw umber together. Okay, and now some titanium white. I want to add more of this dulled down light lavender hue. Just kind of put that in here and there. Okay, just kind of here and there, not everywhere. See, I'm going to add in just some of this and maybe some yellow, or I'm sorry, some orange and some of this green that I made. Okay, just kind of mixing it up a little bit. Okay, tapping a lot of that off. I'm going to clean this brush and go back and forth to values and just pretty much play this back and forth. Okay, I'm going to grab some more of this yellow and this green that I made. Actually, a little bit more yellow here. Let's vibrant this up a little bit. And let's see, right in here. Now what I want to do is, again, go into some white with a little bit of that yellow in there. Okay, not much, just a little bit of paint again. Okay, let's give these little highlights and little bokeh kisses here and there. A little light that's kind of zinging off in some areas. Okay, something like that. And let's continue on. Let's do, I'm thinking some kind of general orange value like this. And I'm going to just kind of work this in a little bit. Okay, very little paint on the brush, just kind of getting this little fuzzy stuff going. Kind of like cloud effects. Okay, just kind of like this. Okay, let's go into this color now. I'm not going to clean. I'm just going to take that light lavender color here. And it's going to do something like that. Okay. Okay, going to clean this brush. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white, a little bit of this green into it that I made. Okay. Maybe a little bit more yellow, or I'm sorry, more white. Okay, something like this, and I'll just kind of do something like that, and maybe I don't know. Okay, and I'm not going to clean just because it's all together. Everything's kind of happening here. I'm going to get some of this orange. I'm going to go okay. Now a little bit of portrait pink, a little bit of raw umber. Just kind of mixing up some more colors here. Okay, just kind of however. Because I am going to a dark value again, I'm going to go again, some black, some raw umber. Okay, tap a lot of that off. And let's get this line here. And of course, because this is super forgiving, anything goes. You can cover anything up anytime. If you don't like something, it's all good. That natural bristle brush off again, and going back into some yellow and some white. And I want to get right in the center here with this, and also right there. Kind of help pop those out of there a little bit, yeah. Let's get a little bit of this lavender together with some of this portrait pink. And let's get a little orange into that, not much. Let's get some white. And a little bit of more violet. There we go. A little bit of raw umber. See, I want to dull that down a good amount. Okay, wiping a lot of that paint off the brush. I just want to get it more light. Okay, I'm thinking something like that. And right in here, okay, so something like that. There's some light kind of zinging in, kind of playing along. Let's get now some orange. Let's get some portrait pink to that. Let's get a little raw umber. I just kind of want to dull that just a bit. Okay, so it's kind of like, and then maybe some yellow. Yellow will warm this up. Okay, just kind of like that. Just a little bit of paint on the brush. And let's give some indications of some bright stuff happening here. Okay, just kind of playing this in just a little bit, see? What I want to do now is go back into some more of this violet with a little bit of that light portrait pink. Okay, and let's go like this. I want this very light lavender, dull lavender hue with a little bit of warmth from the portrait pink in there. Okay, and just kind of out here, just kind of want to do this around just some of this stuff. I don't want to cover up everything, of course, letting other values play along. Okay, and again, you can see these natural bristles, how well they just create that out of focus, that fuzziness to these lines and give that blend and all that super well like this. Okay, okay, clean brush. And I just want to take titanium white now. Okay, and just kind of want to hit just some of this here and there, not everywhere. Okay, just kind of like this, just kind of working this in. Okay, just kind of like that. Okay, just kind of just working that in. All right, and I want to bet a little bit more orange and portrait pink together. Okay, just a little bit, and let's run some of that up here very lightly. Continuing on, let's go with some more of this yellow down in here. A little bit of burnt umber to that, just to dull it. Okay. And just kind of want to, let's see. Kind of do something like this. Okay, just kind of fill that in a little bit. And let's see. Let's get a little white. And I don't know, let's do. I don't know, something of this nature here. Okay, all that white off now. Let's just get some yellow. Let's get some white. Okay, there's a little orange in there. It's all good. And let's see, right in here. So you can really just put this wherever you want. There's no right or wrong. It's all good. Anything you want to do. Okay, just however. Just mixing these things up. Okay, let's get a little bit more orange in there. Let's put that right here. Okay, let's get a little bit more in here. Just making this pop. Okay, adding some more orange here and there. Okay, just like that. Want to get that orange color back in here a little bit. Okay, just kind of something like this. You see that? And then let's go with now some white into that orange. Okay, and again. Okay. No cleaning. Let's just go back into some yellow now and white. Let's just get a little bit more of this on the opaque side here. Okay, let's get some more of that vibrant orange just by itself. Let's place some of that in again. Okay, some portrait pink, I don't know, some raw umber. Hey, just mix it up. Just throw these around. You don't like a value? Cover it up. All good. Take some dark value, cover it up. No cleaning. I'm just going to go again into some more black into raw umber. Okay. And let's go in here and clean up a little bit. Okay, kind of fill this line in where I left it in, or where I left it open. All right, something like this. Okay, however, just kind of like that, just kind of have fun. Okay, getting that dark off by cleaning my brush, and let's go back in now to some of this dulled down. It's got a little raw umber, a little portrait pink, a little yellow, I'm sorry, orange. Maybe it's got yellow, whatever you want. Okay, just kind of like that. And okay, just however. just kind of want to go some burnt umber into some orange. I want to take some white. Okay. Probably more white to desaturate that some more raw umber to dull that some more. Okay. Maybe something like that. And I want to go kind of something right here, just kind of start making some more leaf indications, but again, fuzzy lines, because we're getting closer to the foreground now. See that? Where it looks more like, you know, more detail with shape and everything, okay? Okay, something like that. Okay, and I'm gonna go back into some more of that. And let's see, I want to kind of go, I don't know, just kind of make these little things here. And kind of do something like this. Okay, maybe grab a little bit more orange and some raw umber together. Okay, so I can kind of okay, let's get some white now for some shimmer shine. And let's go. I'm going to actually take a very light color here. I'm going to take, again, that sky color that I made. Okay, it's got a little bit of blue. It's got a little bit of raw umber. I'm sorry, not raw umber. Some black. What was I thinking? But actually, a little bit of raw umber. Because what I want to do is make this kind of brighter now. So I'm just going to just kind of do something like this, just to kind of get, okay, this blended over like that. See, for some more out of focus. Some more bokeh effect, okay? So what I want to do now is I want to take a little bit of orange and a little bit of raw umber to that, and now quite a bit of white. So I'm looking for this really light, dulled down orange. Okay, and I want to kind of start here. Kind of bring this down a little bit. Kind of come over like this. And I want to come down right about here. And just kind of do that, kind of leave some of it broken and open. And I'm going to go around, kind of do the same thing like this. Okay, something like that. And let's see, I'm going to take now some more of this raw umber and permanent black together. And I kind of lost my tree a little bit, but it's all good. See, watch, I just... See, just kind of like that. And then also this one right here. See, I want to reflect this tree right here. Okay, so now we've got all the trees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, going on really good. All right, I'm gonna clean this brush. I'm going to take some titanium white. Okay, and I'm going to kind of run this down like this. Now what I want to do, I want to get a little bit more orange now into that, a little bit more white. Okay, I want to get this orange to show up just a little bit more. And actually, I want to get some yellow now to that. A little bit more raw umber to it to dull it back. Okay, something like that. A little bit more white. There we go, something like this. And let's get this to show up a little bit more. See this? Okay, something like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean this brush now. And I wanna get a little bit of raw umber, permanent black, and I want to get some white. I want to get this kind of grayish color here and more raw umber to that. See, kind of like this, and just a little bit of paint on the brush just to get this reflection to kind of travel very lightly, kind of like this. See this? It's kind of like a reflection of a reflection, if that makes sense. It's like the direct reflection, and then it reflects off from there into the water. Kind of like a second reflection here. Okay, something like that, see? So now I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brush again. Again, some more raw umber. A little bit of black again with that background color a little bit. And I kind of want to just go just kind of something like this. Okay. And now, cleaning off that paint, let's go into more titanium white now. And let's go kind of like this into the tree a little bit. It shows a little bit of water movement maybe. You know, just kind of like that. Okay, and right here as well. And now just titanium white again. Let's go now with a little bit more orange, some yellow, good scoop of white. Let's get this orangey color again. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to take a little bit of this gray color here. It's kind of this background color, but I want a little bit lighter. Okay, something like that. And I just kind of want to get the indication of maybe some bubbles, you know, or some drops. Okay, just kind of like that. And maybe something that's kind of like, I don't know, something like that maybe. Okay, and then okay, so you got all these nice little ripples in there, see that? Okay, and then also right here, it's going to have some wetness up here on the log that's laying there. Okay, just kind of something like that. And then I'm gonna fill this line in. It's actually a highlight there. Okay, and now this is gonna be really cool. I'm gonna take again some more of that background color with more titanium white in it to kind of do something like this. Okay, some gray, some kind of gray tones here. And watch, I'm just gonna make some water stuff here happen. Okay, just kind of dancing this in a little bit, see that? And this is gonna be like some, you know, maybe it's raining right now. It's nice fall rain coming in. Okay, see that? And then okay, and what I want to do now over here is continue on, and I'm gonna take again that gray, okay, just kind of dancing that, see, and I can build the texture of the log a little bit, see, like that. And I can do the same thing over here, see this? Okay, so you get the indication of a whatchamacallit, a log there in the water. Let's get some more of this green. Yeah, it's still good there, not dried out yet. Okay, so again, reflecting that as well into this. And let's get a little bit of yellow and white together. Okay, and again, let's light this up. I'm going to take again some of this orange. Just kind of do some stuff like this. You know, I don't know, just Gonna take some of this red to it, actually. Let's get a little different in here with this. See that? Something like that, yeah. Go back to my number 2 beat up flat brush here. I want to take a little bit of this light color here. Okay, that's just a little raw. That's just basically the background color with mostly white in it. And let's see, I want to go kind of like this. I'm just going to sort of draw something out here. Got some texture here building up. Yeah, a little bit, okay. And what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of that background and let's see, I'm just going to tap in some of it like this. See that? Okay. Okay, so it kind of looks like a log sticking up right there, yeah. Take a little bit of raw umber and some cad orange. And I'm gonna sort of play this kind of leaf in right here. Okay, something like that. And I want to take again some titanium white. And I just kind of want to strike kind of a highlight on this leaf right here. Okay, just getting these little details in, just getting this highlight kind of struck right there. See that? Now we're kind of seeing somewhat of a log here. Okay, kind of like that. And okay, a little log, little deal there. All right, let's block in this leaf now. Let's get some raw umber. Let's get some orange. Okay, just kind of a dark, kind of orangey color like that. Now I just want to get some titanium white. And once again, let's go in here and brighten this up. Okay, and also with white, watch this. I can get this right here. See that? Little light play off of there. Right here. Okay, just little things like that. Okay, how about that? Now, I'm just going to take just pure titanium white and let's see, just getting some of this log detail here. I just want to go in here and just kind of do some of these things, just kind of hit just some of these here and there, but not everywhere with this value. Okay, I don't want to hit all of them, but I do want to hit some for sure. Okay, I'm going to go into titanium white now with my script liner brush. And with that, I'm going to do some more finer detail lines, like see that? Okay, how about that? Just kind of something like that. Back to my number 2 beat up nylon flat brush here, and let's get a little bit more orange in that brown. Let's get some yellow into it to warm it up. Let's get some white to kind of brighten that a bit. Okay, and let's go kind of right in here. Add some of this color in here. Okay, kind of like that. And over here like that. Maybe like that. Okay, just kind of something there. And now, what I want to do is get some titanium white and strike a highlight on it like that. Okay, like that, something like that. Okay, there we go. Like that, see that? And let's get some more titanium white. I just cleaned my brush. And let's go one right around there like that, and then immediately underneath it a water line like that. Yeah, see that? Okay, just these little things. All goody good, all good. Okay. All right, let's get some orange. Let's get some raw umber. Okay, something like that. And I want to go in here now and kind of get this kind of deal here where it's like, I don't know, kind of a leaf going off right there. Okay, and again, I want to take my number 2 natural flat bristle brush here, and I want to go into some white and just a little bit of that orangey brown color there. And with that, I want to go just kind of making these little texture things. Okay, just kind of tapping this in. Seeing these natural bristle brushes, they get you some really good texture and some things that happen like that, yeah? Okay, now I want to again go back to my number 2 flat brush now, and I just want to get some titanium white. Okay, and I just want to strike just some highlight stuff, yeah, just here and there. Okay, something like that. See that? Okay, just in a darker area here. Okay, let me get a little bit more red. A little orange. Orangey red here. Maybe a little bit of raw umber to that. Yeah, okay. Kind of want to sort of red that guy up right there just a little bit, yeah. Okay. Going to get a little bit more of that orangey, let's see, raw umber orange. Let's go. I don't know, just some things, yeah. What I want to do is just take again some of that burnt umber and a little orange into there. I want to take some white. And I just kind of want to work just some of these details in, just like these little highlight things. See that? Like that. Okay, just kind of something like that. Just kind of add some interest, I think, yeah. All right. Okay. Just something like that. Just fiddle around with that a little bit. I'm going to take some of this. Okay, and right here, just kind of show another little leaf indication. I don't know, something like that maybe. Something in the water here. Some more stuff that fell. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of this raw umber and I'm going to go underneath just kind of some of it right here. Okay, something like that. And now some more orange again and some titanium white. Let's strike some highlights up here. Let's see. Okay, always want some highlights. Okay, just kind of something like that. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to take straight orange. Okay, maybe a little bit of yellow into it to warm it up, just to make it more visible. And what I want to do is right under here, just kind of show another leaf that's kind of like in the water. Okay, maybe something like that. And then over here, I don't know, something like this. Okay, so I'll just fill this in. And let's see, I'm going to actually take some raw umber now into that. And I want to knock back just some of this. Just kind of go over, actually kind of go over it again with this more raw umber. It's more opaque. Orange by itself is just kind of more transparent. So I didn't want to actually okay, something like that. Now I want to just take some white. Okay, just kind of like that. A little bit more orange, a little bit more yellow. Okay, something like that. Let's get some highlight on that. See that? Yeah, like that. And I kind of want to just show some details of this leaf under the water here a little bit. Okay, kind of like that. Maybe there's a little bit over here. Okay, something like that. I don't know. Okay, and what I want to do now is I kind of want to take now some burnt umber, a little bit of black, and some orange. So I want this really dark. And I kind of want to go in here. Just kind of show that it's more under the water here. want to do is take some yellow and orange together. Okay, and right under here, I'll just I'm going to go to now my number 6 angle brush here to get those nice crisp lines against all that bokeh in the background here. And what I want to do is I want to take some orange and some of this yellow together. Okay, just kind of looking for a base color, as always. And I'm just going to block in the entire leaf with this orange and yellow mixture, just like so. If it's too orange, if it's too yellow, I wouldn't worry about it. This is just, again, base color. You just want to get something that is a very general, similar color to have something to work with. So with that said, now what I want to do is, with a clean brush, just take some of this red and some of this white, okay, just kind of something like that. And let's block in the stem here. Okay, I'm going to let this base color dry, and I'll be back in just a sec, and I'll apply more layers on top. So I got my number 6 again, angle brush, all clean. And I'm going to go back on top of this now with some values. Now I want to take some raw umber and a little red here. Okay, just kind of this reddish, kind of dark reddish brown. And maybe a little bit more. All right, there's something. Well, let's see. Get some more brown into that. Okay, something like this. Okay, and I want to kind of run this down just kind of like this. See that little stem there kind of deal? Okay, and kind of want to line it up with this like that. See that? You can take and kind of take a light value first if you want to draw it out first, so that if it does get out of whack, you can just kind of cover it up if you need to. Okay, whatever you want to do, whatever works for you. And let's see, boom, 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 boom. Boom, just kind of like that. Yeah. Okay. And just a little bit of paint on the brush. I just kind of want to get kind of these little things here. Okay, sort of like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be super perfect, but just kind of getting the indication going of some of these things. Kind of like that, just kind of getting that established. All right, let's do the same thing on the bottom here. Let's kind of go, let's see, I'm gonna fill this in first with this dark reddish brown color here. Okay, just kind of something like this. Okay, so just getting that established there. Now I'm going to clean this brush, and I'm going to take my number 2 beat up nylon flat brush here, and I'm going to start up here and just kind of work down. I'm going to take some of this yellow And I'm going to take a little titanium white into that. See, get some more yellow into that. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to start hitting the very tips here and over here as well. Okay, just kind of something like this on top of what I've done. Okay, and just kind of sort of run this paint off as it runs off the brush. See, I can blend it in. Okay, just like that. And let's see, let's put this yellow in some other places here and get these colorations involved. And let's see, let's run some of that even in here. Okay, and I'm just gonna brush it out, just kind of dust it out like this. See that? And let's go over here. And of course, like always, if you get too far out with a color, you can just take another color that it should be there instead and just blend back over the yellow. And just go back and forth until you get that to be where it should be and how. Okay, you can always keep going, adding another layer, adding more times. You get chance after chance. It's unlimited chances. Okay, there is no game over in this world. It is unlimited lives. You have unlimited lives in this game here. Alright, so don't give up. Trust that process. It works. I'm telling you, more layers, it just will get better. It just will. It has to. It's the way acrylics is, and it's the way it works. So know that. Know that going in. Know that where you are now. And of course, when you see it happen, you'll know it. So keep knowing it and keep standing on that, because it's true. And it will come to fruition if you just don't give up. It really will. Your painting will come out. I know that. I know that I know that. And I don't care if you're a beginner, it will totally come out. Okay, let's get down here to where this yellow goes in some general places. Something like that. And now let's get some permanent red. Let's get some more cad orange. Okay, so it's this orangey reddish color now. And I didn't clean my brush. It's all good. And just a little bit of paint on the brush, not much at all. I just kind of want to glaze this down a little bit. So just gonna say something like this. See that? That's gonna really take off. Make this super duper nice. Okay, let's get this down here like this, and yeah. Okay, a little bit heavier over here with that. So I'm using more pressure with the brush. And this beat up nylon flat brush is really good for blending, because it is, the bristles are frayed out a bit, and really is, works really good. Okay, so see that, like that. So then I'm dry brushing this, of course, no water on this brush. Okay, a lot of times I don't use any water unless I'm gonna go really crisp lines and go for details where I want the paint to really flow. But other than that, a lot of times I dry brush because it's easier to blend that way and scrub things in. I'm gonna go a little bit of titanium white, not much, just something like this. And right here, I forgot, there's a little stem right here, so let's see some more of that over here. I want to add some darker kind of stuff here. So again, I'm going to go kind of that orangey reddish color, but now I want to get some raw umber into that. Okay, so it's, you know, darker. And I want to run some of that in here, along here, see that? And with this darker value, it's really going to contrast this yellow to show it's kind of got that coloration and pop to it, which is really super cool. Just kind of have some fun, throw it around, it's all good. Let's go with some of this red, some of this burnt umber. Sorry, did I say burnt umber? Raw umber. And every now and again, I hope that I have been calling this yellow yellow medium instead of cad yellow. I don't know if I did call it cad yellow, I apologize. It's yellow medium. It's a little bit more vibrant and brighter than cad yellow is. Okay, so with that darker color, I'm going to hit just some of this stuff here and there. See this? Like, I'm going to come in here again and... Okay, just kind of define up this again a little bit more. Okay, and... Okay, how about that? See that? Ain't that super duper nice? Okay, and I'm just gonna hit, you know, these little things here and there. Just kind of play this around. Okay, see that? These little things. And just a little bit of titanium white now on my number 2 flat brush, and this right here. See that? A little bit there. Okay, a little bit of white here too. Well, I'm going to take my script liner brush, lots of water, and titanium white, and let's see, I will go ahead and sign. So as you can see, just a bunch of colors, just pushing them around and using different brushes for different techniques to get out of focus versus in focus. And it's really just go for it and have some fun. And with that said, I hope you guys were able to pull this off. And until next time, I want to wish you a happy fall and happy painting to you.